Breaking news! The first day of Los Angeles Rams training camp has finally arrived, and a major issue has officially been resolved. While everyone was excited to see the team back on the field, one announcement stood out immediately and could have a huge impact on the franchise's future. I'll give you all the details in a moment, but first, make sure you've hit that like button. But only do it if you've been a Rams fan since the 80s. It's great to see fans from that era here. And of course, if you can, write, "Go Rams." My heart will always be blue and gold. Now, let's talk about what happened this past Saturday. During the first day of training camp, Sean McVay shared important updates on Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Aaron Donald, and several other key players, giving fans a much clearer picture of what to expect as preparations for the new season officially begin. Training camp officially opened at Loyola Marymount University, and after months of waiting, Rams football is finally back. The energy around the team feels completely different now that the players are reunited, the coaches are back on the practice field, and the focus has shifted entirely to preparing for the upcoming season. Even though it was only day one, there was already plenty to observe and analyze regarding everything that happened, both on and off the field. The biggest news broke even before many fans started following the day's activities. First-round pick quarterback Ty Simpson officially signed his rookie contract with the Los Angeles Rams, wrapping up one of the last remaining contract matters for this year's draft class. It was something many fans had been eagerly awaiting. Now, the Rams have their first-round quarterback officially under contract for the foreseeable future. The deal is a 4-year contract worth approximately $25.8 million, with the value itself already determined by the NFL rookie wage scale. However, the part that required time to finalize involved the signing bonus structure. According to the information available, Simpson will receive his entire signing bonus, valued at nearly $15 million immediately. That became possible after another first-round quarterback contract helped establish the precedent for how these bonus payments would be handled. Once that situation was resolved, the Rams quickly followed the same structure, allowing Simpson's deal to finally be completed. For the Rams organization, this removes one more distraction before training camp truly gets underway. Instead of spending more time discussing contract negotiations, both the team and the young quarterback can now focus completely on football. Whether Simpson eventually becomes the franchise quarterback remains something that only time will answer, but the organization clearly wanted to ensure there would be no unnecessary distractions as his development begins. Sean McVay also addressed another subject that many Rams fans have been following closely: the contract situations involving several members of the 2023 draft class. Players like Puka Nacua, Kobe Turner, and Byron Young are all entering important stages of their rookie contracts, and naturally, there has been plenty of discussion about long-term extensions. According to McVay, there is currently no official news regarding those negotiations. However, he also made it clear that none of those contract discussions are expected to affect player participation during training camp. In other words, the Rams fully expect these players to continue practicing and preparing for the season, while their representatives handle any contract conversations behind the scenes. Among those names, Puka Nacua naturally receives the most attention. After everything he has accomplished early in his career, there is little doubt that the Rams view him as one of the foundational pieces of their future. While no extension has been announced, there is every indication that both sides want to remain together long-term. More importantly, nothing about Nacua's approach suggests he intends to allow contract discussions to become a distraction. Instead, his focus appears to remain exactly where the Rams want it: on the football field. Rather than making public demands or allowing negotiations to dominate headlines, Nacua has continued emphasizing that football comes first while allowing his agents to handle business matters. That kind of mindset fits perfectly with the culture Sean McVay has worked to build throughout his tenure in Los Angeles. Of course, training camp is not only about contracts, It is also about preparing veteran players for a long NFL season, and perhaps no player requires a smarter plan than Matthew Stafford. McVay confirmed that Stafford will have scheduled rest days built directly into his training camp routine. In fact, the Rams already planned for him to miss portions of practice early in camp as part of a carefully managed workload. For some fans, seeing the starting quarterback take rest days might initially sound concerning. But when looking at the bigger picture, it actually reflects how much the Rams have learned over the past year. Last season, Stafford entered the year after receiving significantly more rest than he normally would have because of injury management. The result was one of the strongest seasons of his career. Instead of assuming that more practice automatically produces better results, the Rams appear to have recognized that keeping Stafford healthy may be far more valuable than asking him to participate in every single practice session. After nearly 2 decades in the NFL, Stafford does not need every training camp repetition to understand Sean McVay's offense. The organization seems to believe that preserving his body throughout August gives them a much better chance of having him at his best when games actually matter. Interestingly, Stafford is not the only veteran receiving this treatment. Davante Adams will also have his workload managed during training camp. Like Stafford, Adams has accumulated years of NFL experience and understands exactly how to prepare himself for the regular season. Rather than pushing veteran stars through unnecessary repetitions, the Rams are choosing a more calculated approach that prioritizes long-term health over short-term practice volume. This philosophy says a lot about how the organization operates. Instead of following tradition simply because it has always been done that way, McVay and his coaching staff continue searching for ways to maximize player performance throughout the entire season. Sometimes that means allowing experienced veterans to work differently from younger players, recognizing that preparation is not identical for everyone. Another lighter moment from the opening day involved offensive lineman Kevin Dotson, who once again showed off his Rams pride by shaving the team's horn design into his hairstyle. It may not affect what happens between the lines, but moments like that reflect the excitement surrounding the beginning of another season. Dotson has quietly become one of the best acquisitions made by the Rams during the Sean McVay and Les Snead era. After struggling to find the right fit earlier in his career, he has flourished within Los Angeles' offensive system and developed into one of the team's most dependable offensive linemen. His story serves as another reminder that the Rams' coaching staff has consistently found ways to identify players whose talents fit their specific scheme. Of course, there was one topic that reporters simply could not avoid asking about: Aaron Donald. Even after his retirement, Donald continues to generate enormous interest every time Sean McVay speaks publicly. Fans naturally want to know whether there is any chance of seeing one of the greatest defensive players in NFL history return to the field. McVay's comments, however, did not introduce any major new developments. The message remains essentially the same. The Rams would absolutely welcome Aaron Donald back if he decides that returning is the right decision for him. The organization has made it clear that financial considerations would not prevent them from making that happen if the opportunity ever presented itself. If Donald ultimately chooses to return, the Rams would find a way to make the numbers work. At the same time, McVay also admitted something equally important. He genuinely does not know whether Donald plans to return. He does not know when a decision might come, and at this point, there simply is nothing more concrete to report. Rather than fueling endless speculation, McVay suggested that everyone simply allow Donald the time and space to go through his own decision-making process. That may not satisfy fans hoping for immediate answers, but it is probably the most honest assessment available right now. Aaron Donald has earned the right to make this decision on his own timeline, and until he reaches a conclusion, the Rams can only continue preparing with the players currently on the roster. Overall, the first day of Rams training camp provided exactly what fans have been waiting for. One important contract situation is officially behind the team with Ty Simpson now signed. Puka Nacua remains fully committed despite ongoing extension discussions. Matthew Stafford and Davante Adams will follow carefully managed practice schedules designed to keep them healthy throughout the season. Kevin Dotson once again showed his enthusiasm for representing the Rams, while Sean McVay continued reinforcing the culture that has become one of the organization's greatest strengths. As for Aaron Donald, the door clearly remains open. But for now, everyone, including the Rams themselves, is simply waiting to see what the future holds. It may only be the first day of training camp, but these early decisions often shape everything that follows. The Rams appear focused on protecting their veteran leaders, securing the future of their young core, and maintaining the team-first culture that has defined Sean McVay's tenure. There will undoubtedly be many more storylines to follow as camp continues, but opening day already gave fans plenty of reasons to feel excited about where this team is headed. Now, the question shifts to you. Which development from day one stands out the most? Are you most excited about Ty Simpson officially signing? Do you believe Puka Nacua's extension will happen soon? What do you think about the Rams managing Matthew Stafford's workload? And do you still believe Aaron Donald could eventually make one more return? Share your thoughts, because this conversation is only getting started as training camp continues.